All right, blue-red turbo Niv. So the way in which we are turboing out Niv is Blood Sun here. So when Blood Sun enters the battlefield, draw a card. All lands lose all abilities except mana abilities. And then this on turn 3 allows us to Lotus Field on turn 4 without sacrificing lands, and it comes into play untapped. It just makes 3 mana. Blood Sun also gets to act as a main deck hate card for all these various Field of the Dead and Scapeshift decks that are running around. So we've got some hate in that direction. Post board, we also have some flame sweeps to clean up zombies that get made before we can get a Blood Sun down. We've got a bunch of cheap removal to try and help keep us alive against the aggressive decks. I'm excited to see what this one can do. Let's hop on into some games with it. Ionize is potentially a little suspect, but we'll see. I mean, so this hand, like, needs some spells, but, like, I can't, like, not keep the hand that does the thing, right? The version of this, which I stole from Caleb, uses Sabotage, so you can cast it off a single Lotus Field. That's a good point. I like that suggestion. That we'll think about that as we're playing, but that's a really good point. Oh, are we doing it? I think we might be doing it, chat. I think we might be doing it. I love when our deck gets to do the thing in the first game. It's the best. Yep. We were even lucky enough to win the die roll against Mono Red. I mean, please no fight with fire. Please no fight with fire. Don't do me wrong. I mean, the second Blood Sun draws a card still. It's pretty okay. Ye2. So we're going to 12 here. Paint me like one of your French girls. Alright, if they have 2 burn spells, they can kill Niv, but I kill Pyromancer and draw 2 cards, so maybe we're okay. We could be dead here. We could be dead here. 10 out of 10 agree that we could in fact be dead. If they let us untap, oh baby. Oh baby, let me untap, Poppy. All I want for Christmas is to untap now. To untap now. To untap now. Do 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 do. Alright, that works out nicely. So I assume this is dying. That's really unfortunate. I guess it's like technically a 4-for-1 still, but we're going down to 7 here, which sucks. Second Niv there would have been absurd. Let's start with this and see where we go. This is actually decent. So we're still behind, but I'm saying there's a chance. All right. Did do a lot. Yeah, for people not familiar with how Bloodsun interacts with these things too, these all come into play untapped all the time and don't scry and don't deal us damage. That's not one of the things that kills me. Nobody blink. Nobody blink. Somebody call the police, chat. There's been a robbery. Somebody call the police. There's been a robbery. Niv-Mizzet was driving the getaway car. Are they dead? Are they dead? I think they're dead, chat. It's good to know that as much as standard changes, some things stay the same. Niv-Mizzet still reads untap with him win the game. It's good. It's good to know. It's good to know. I'm gonna kill them without attacking, just to prove a point. That was excellent. I'm a simple man who enjoys some of the simpler things in life, and this is like getting reverse 4 Stockton smash. That was should we turn the stream off? I feel like we can only go downhill from there. I feel like we've set an unrealistic expectation that I'm not going to be able to maintain. No, we're gonna keep playing, I promise. All right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. All right, so I'm bringing in some Aether Gust and some Negates. We're gonna bring in. I don't think Flame Sweep is quite good enough here. And maybe it's better than like a Charter Course. Maybe a Dive Down too. Let's try that. If you play your 6 mana spell against mono red, you better win with it. Ain't that the truth? Do you have plans on playing more Age of Sigmar Champions on stream? I picked it up after the last time you played it and really enjoyed it. Yeah, definitely, Dark. I'm probably going to do it at least once next week, and then their 4th set is releasing on the 27th. So I'm gonna do a couple afternoons of it once their new set releases on the 27th. Like that game a lot. When Underlords, like when the honeymoon period with Underlords rolled off, I went back to playing Warhammer as my mobile card game of choice. Speaking of, if you haven't seen me play that one before, the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions, and you're looking for a sweet card game on mobile, it's a great one. It also has a good reasonable desktop client too, on Steam. But it's my Android game of choice when I'm walking on the treadmill at the gym of late. I need a cigarette after that game. You know, I don't blame you, honestly. I don't blame you. That's true. It is on the Switch. Excellent Hearthstone hand. Mediocre Magic hand. I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to bottom a mountain. Should have bottom steam vents. Lands that don't deal damage to us are kind of a premium here. Yeah, Hearthstone in a lot of ways is just like Magic Light. One of the things I really like about the Warhammer game is it's super just, the way the games play out are unique, and the design space it uses is very different than Magic. There isn't like a mana system that make it feel Magic adjacent, basically. Yeah, it's similar, but Pokemon, Warhammer, Magic, all very distinctly different games. Yeah, I mean, Magic just has such an incredible depth to it in terms of deck building and stuff like that. Is Stream Decker working? It claims to be. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, my lands aren't showing up for some reason. Weird. Yeah, actually, one of the neat things the Warhammer card game does is, ooh, that's a good one, is their paper cards scan into the digital app. So if you buy singles in paper, you get the same single in digital. So you don't have to buy cards twice if you're playing on paper and digital. Their cards all have these little dots around the edges. Every card has a unique dot combination, so each person can scan each card once. Yeah, actually, the reason I started playing some of the Warhammer game again was because I played one of their physical tournaments at Gen Con over the summer. How does that work? So you can rescan a card that you've already scanned to unclaim it. Yes, you can scan multiple copies of the same card. Are the Warhammer physical cards affordable, or is it MTG pricing? So, the stuff that you can get stocked for on TCG Player is pretty cheap. And basically what I ended up doing was, all of the commons and uncommons that I wanted, I bought for like 50 cents or a quarter to $1, depending on what they were off TCG Player. And then the cards that I either weren't in stock on TCG Player or were more expensive that I wanted to pay for singles, I then crafted digitally. So you can kind of like mix and match, basically. Like, buy some singles that are prices that you like, and then craft using a Hearthstone-style crafting system for the ones that aren't. Hey, Dilts. Finally back to anything Magic-related. Been doing Warhammer models, not the card game, for a month. Take my money. Thanks for the Bezo Bucks, Dilts. I appreciate it. We could still lose to Frenzy, which is why I'm not just jamming Blood Sun here. I'm holding up Ionize. Which I feel like it's worth mentioning. This would probably be better if it was a Sabotage here and I got to scry. I'm just gonna gain 3 here. There is not Vicarian. They are not doing that again. I agree that was silly. Mono red player running out of timeouts. What is this? They all def 4 when you ionized? Maybe. No, I don't think we're disconnected. It went over to them. I guess we have to wait for them to blow up one more time. Maybe their computer disconnected. Maybe someone rang their doorbell. Maybe their toddler unplugged the power cord in the back of their computer. Yeah, might have had a real disconnect. Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by a variety of other things. Yeah, maybe they're not using a superior operating system, so they got a BSOD. Listen, chat. Don't get BSODs. Get some Linux in your life. I don't understand why they haven't left. Aren't they supposed to crash out after 2 disconnects? Did they pass? Are they actually just roping us? Did it pop or are they roping us? All right, let's make sure. Let's see if they're roping us or not, and then we can go report them. Yeah. I think it takes 3 times. I couldn't tell if they passed or if they're roping us. No, it must just be 3 times, huh? Yeah, it must just be 3 times. I thought it was 2, but it must be 3. Linux does what's called a kernel panic when you have an operating system level failure. Or a hardware level fail if your hardware's failing. It's basically the equivalent of a BSOD. But I've been running Linux for over a decade full time, and the number of times I've had a kernel panic when I wasn't trying to break something is just never. I think never. Kernel Panic is another good band name. It is, isn't it? I'm gonna opt now in case I hit a Steam Vents to put into play tapped. When I wasn't trying to break something, listen. Was it the best piece of advice I was ever given was the best way to learn your way around a computer or an operating system is to start with a computer that's working and then fix it until it's no longer working and then actually fix it. You break it a little bit first and then you fix it again. It's a good system. Opponent probably on some kind of scape shift deck with awkward mana. What are my thoughts on the Blood Lotus 3 color decks? I haven't played any of them, Crow. I've seen, like, Show and some other people tweet them, but I'm not sure how they actually line up. Oh, they're playing Wilderness Reclamation. Okay. I mean, Blood Sun still plays here, right? Blood Sun turns off their Search for Azcantas. Fall Not Dead, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I really appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month. All right, as you will. Conal Panic, thank you for the quarter viewer support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You mean 4 mana Chandra? I think she's not particularly good overall. All right, so we'd love to draw Blood Sun here. This is, for those of you who are wondering at home, this is what professional Magic the Gathering looks like. Awesome, I'm glad you enjoyed the YouTube stuff. Welcome to a live one, Fall Not Dead. Two years. Welcome back, Bob. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a wonderful kickoff to your weekend. Thanks for keeping me around as always. Check the cards, Lee's remarks. Oh no. Oh no. Wow, that's rude. I paid for these sleeves. I'm allowed to know what's coming next. Good point. I agree. Bye, Felicia. I don't know if this deck is good, but it's certainly great. Certainly great. Yeah, I think Sabotage would be better in this deck. By the time someone had pointed out the casting cost in Lotus Field, we had already submitted for the set that we're playing. But I agree with the conclusion that they're probably not interacting with my Niv a lot. Do I want some lightning strikes in this matchup so I can kill Narset after she down ticks? Yeah, I'm excited to brew with this card once rotation happens. He's sticking around. This card's not Dominaria. This is Guilds. This is from the first set. Can't decide if I want these or not. Maybe get rid of these charter courses. Chart's pretty bad in the face of our set. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so I think I bought him Ionize here. The rest of this is pretty good. We've seen like any non-Lotus Field third land. Doke. Perfect. We can negate their Wilderness Reclamation or Tameo, untap Blood Sun Lotus Field. Risen Reef, really? Okay, interesting. Yeah, and then we get to play Niv with Negate up next turn. This deck is sweet. I'm kind of picking up what this deck is putting down. This being a main deckable hate card is so good. Those ionizers should definitely be sabotages though. Not close. What's up? This is my Niv-Mizzet. There are many like him, but this one is mine. And Blood Sun with Field lets us ramp into big explosions too. No, this is game 2. So even if they have a counter spell here, oh, I should have killed their Reef, right? That's fine. We'll get another chance here. Oh, I should have done this first so I could draw Niv. That is, that's pretty great. I need to run to the restroom really quick. We're gonna finish this set with this deck at the very least, though. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for hanging out, folks. BRB. Jeff is asleep. Upvote bad statistics with unreliable sample sizes. No! Don't do it. Unfortunately, this deck has a number of landers that you just can't keep because Lotus Field isn't really a land. Hey, I am Volpert. Thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, sweet. This interaction is like genuinely very sweet. I think I'm in for that. We got 3 shots at a land here. Get 2 looks with opt and then a draw step. Well, I think so. This doesn't let us cast the Blood Sun, but I think it's right to play this. We've had a couple of good decks in a row before, but we definitely had a good run here, Dave. This is a great example of if this was a Sabotage there, I'd be able to hold it up and not get like Nickel Blast here. Instead, we can get like Nickel Blast here and it's a big deal. Yeah. So he gets to keep Nicol Bolas from killing him. But we're going to lose another card to Nick here. And I assume they have something in their hand that's going to let them kill this. Hopefully whatever kills this is an instant or sorcery so we get to draw another card. Yeah, I assume they just have, like, infinite removal. If we draw a shock here, we get to kill this. Kind of getting punished for discarding my shock earlier. So if I'd have kept the shock from earlier, we'd have gotten to draw another card here. I was a little light on lands when we discarded the shock instead of a land, though, so I don't know that my decision was strictly incorrect.
My schemes have been foiled. My schemes are never ending.
Narset's a rough one.
Pick one.
So I'm gonna go ahead and upkeep cast this. Because if I find a shock or a lightning strike, I can kill this before it activates again. I think I'm supposed to keep that. Yeah, right, Marty? It's like, haven't seen this card in ages. Immediately play a deck that, like, can't beat her, queue into her twice. We do at least have Fry in this deck, so that's nice. It's a shame the redirect rule doesn't exist anymore, because then Ionize could kill this. If they didn't have Narset out, we would dumpster them here, but they do, so we're probably not going to be able to. Because, like, they're going to cast a removal spell, we're going to cast a counter spell, but we don't get to draw anything or deal any damage. Nah, I don't think so, Turtle Man. I think in a matchup like this, you want more dive downs to protect Niv, but in the format in general, probably not. I agree. Narset and 3-mana Teferi were mistakes.
Start at a sizzle and see if you make it to the inferno.
Yeah, and they get to down tick this, so they kill this without us getting to draw a card here. Not a whole lot we can do here. Alright, so we have Negate, Stroke, Fry, Legion Warboss, Lava Coil comes out, Chart of Course comes out, Shock comes out, put the Banefire in. Yes, the ultimate downside of my tier 12 deck is that I can't beat the other tier 12 deck. It's weird. It's weird, I know. It's also worth noting there again, though, like, the reason why my opponent was in that game was because their 5-mana Nicol Bolas resolved, and if my Ionize had been Sinister Sabotage, they wouldn't have resolved. They wouldn't have resolved that Nicol Bolas, right? Like, if I had Sabotage, I would have played Lotus Field and passed, and then I would have gotten to Sabotage their 5-drop, which maybe means they don't hit the Narset sooner, which means I get a chance to do stuff with my Niv more. Hey, what's going on, Day? Good afternoon. Yeah, this is sweet. On the draw here, have Blood Sun. Yeah, I think this deck is probably bad against their deck, but I think we could also build this sideboard to be better in this matchup. Like, we could add a third Fry, which is just a generically good card. Stuff like that, small changes. The Sabotage change that would have helped us a significant amount. Worth noting that, too. Playing more copies of Lightning Strike also hedges Narset in a way as well. Just because if they down tick her once, Lightning Strike finishes her. I'm gonna bottom that. That might be a little greedy. Just like we drew it up, chat. I would like the record to reflect that we have had turn 4 Niv-Mizzet an absurd number of times in this set of games so far today. We are running well above average. Sean Bruno coming in hot with the 12 months. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one. Alright, we are going to lose this and take 4. I think because next turn is a Nicol Bolas turn for them, I want to wait on playing... this out. Is it crazy to just explosion this for 4? What do we think of that? Or for 3, it's for 3, right? And then, like, if they Nicol Bolas us next turn, we can just exile this Blood Sun, which is sweet, and then we can Niv-Mizzet plus Lightning Strike the Nick, which is great. We drew a Negate here, so we can Niv-Mizzet plus hold up Negate next turn now, too, assuming they don't have a Nicol Bolas. As you will. So we're losing our Dargon. But the rest of what this has going on is, like, pretty reasonable. So let's start with this. Draw a card. So now, one thing I am a little bit worried about here is they showed us 6 mana Chandra last game. That's going to be a tough nut for us to crack. If they hit that one, we really aren't in a position to race an emblem, right? Anything outside of 6 mana Chandra we have covered. I'm going to strike this down. Give him the lightning. Whoa, whoa, pew, pew. Now, this does give them a window to, like, Nicol Bolas plus Spell Pierce us here, or, like, God Eternal Kefnit plus Negate us. They knew about that Ionize. I didn't play the Scryland because it doesn't scry with these out anyways, and I'd prefer they know fewer cards in my hand, and they already knew about the Sulfur Falls. Yep, not getting the Surveil hurts again. Completely agree. So not only does mana-based considerations, make me 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can explosion this for 5, right? Right? Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. The fact that Blood Sun lets us power out this spell too is so great. We just, like, have this reasonable payoff for it. Oh yeah, we were super dead to a Spell Pierce there. Never beating a Spell Pierce in a million years. Ain't nobody got time to play around a Spell Pierce, chat. Yeah, cheeky mission briefing has my vote. Cheeky mission briefing 2020. The old 11 mana dead to Spell Pierce, yep. Rude. I liked my opt opponent. Maybe they take Fry if they have another Planeswalker, they have a Nicol Bolas. Lightning Strike. We have a Goblin in my future. Yep. Alright, one of your finest Niv-Mizzets, please, deck. Alright, get worse draws. Gosh, we have so much mana. We get encountered back here. Yep. Alright, so we're taking 5 down to 7 here. I like them fighting over this. They got us on a really quick clock. It's 2 turns, right? It's 5 and then 7. So we have to have a live draw this turn. Yep, good game as opponent. Like I said, I think this matchup's probably hard for us on paper, but I also think our deck is at least a few cards off of what's optimal for being competitive in a matchup like that. The Surveil counter spells. I think I want like one more Fry in the sideboard probably for Narset. Yeah, Ionize hurt us in a variety of ways in that game, that match. Unfortunately, we're locked into an event right now, so we can't make changes, but once we wrap the event up, we'll pull the deck list up and talk about changes that I would make and why, and we'll upload it to Stream Decker for people that want it. Thanks everybody for hanging out today, by the way. Everyone's having a wonderful Friday review, having a great start to your weekend. If you're one of my regulars, or even if you're not, you want to watch some Magic this weekend, tomorrow morning about 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to be streaming the Mythic Championship Qualifier event on a 10-minute delay here on this channel. So I won't be in chat interacting with you, but I will be playing Magic here. I'm using a delay not because I'm worried about ghosting, but because I think it would be unfair to use Twitch chat's incredible brain to give me an unfair advantage during my matches. Gotta maintain tournament integrity, chat. I'm gonna play the Sultai Field deck, the Yarok Field deck. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Yarok Field deck we played earlier today. Makes sense. Otherwise, Watsy would have to invite Twitch chat to the MC instead of you. I do not use any Adobe software on Linux. From my understanding, that's one suite of software that keeps a lot of people on Windows and OS X. I don't believe their non-browser based software runs well. At least not the current versions. Alright, apparently Magic Arena has died. I've already shilled the day, so just watch a wonderful Vegetable Man for a second.
Don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Alright. For some reason we were disconnected and it wasn't letting us do anything, so let's pop out and back in. To have you dab when he dabs? I don't want to take money to agree to do that because I know that I'll forget. Know that is something that I will not remember to do. Basic Mountain. We beat Basic Mountain earlier today, chat. Let's see if we can run good and do it again. Give me a Steamkin or a Pyromancer to shock, please. Alright, that's pretty punishing. It's pretty punishing. Could have denied them that. Alright, there's step one. Step one accomplished. Opponent playing a little bit of spicy red over there. Well, if we draw Blood Sun, our hand's gonna be absurd. I'm gonna play this out for the turn, because it is still, like, making a land drop. Yep.
Chandra, you need more control.
Any untapped land next turn lets us play this out. Which is pretty good. We're at 16 still, even after Chandra smacks us upside the head here. Oh, I wonder if they're gonna flashback. I bet they're gonna flashback light up the stage. It's a good line. You can flash this back for its spectacle cost. With Chandra's down tick.
Remember this one?
Huh. And I can't Lotus Field here and hold Ionize up.
Hey, these little guys are great.
So, I think I'm gonna expansion their light up the stage and then Ionize it. Can I borrow that for a second? Perfect. Thanks, I appreciate you. It's a good sequence. I think we're still dying because I don't have an untapped land, but it was a fun sequence. Alright. Alright, chip in a chair. Chip in a chair. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Main deck Lava Coil. We played a Cavaclade deck recently that had main deck Lava Coils in it.
Hey, these little guys are great.
So I'm taking 8 here. Taking way more than that. Six, 7, nope, 8. 8 is right. Are they not attacking with this? I guess if I block and they have a lightning strike, I die. I don't know. My hand's not that good. I think we're probably dead no matter how we slice this. Oh, I could have killed the thing Niv was blocking. They messed up and I messed up back. Yeah, good call. I'm dead, right? Yeah, I could have killed the thing Niv was blocking. That's fine. If they play that right, it ends up working out the same. That's fine. We probably would have won this game because they punted if I hadn't messed up back, but if they would have just played correctly, like this is the sequence that happens and we lose. So are we dead on board? We're taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not dead on board. We're dead to anything out of the hand, though. We're dead to that. So, if we hadn't messed up back, we'd have gotten to Chemister's Insight plus Ionize that turn and, like, wipe out their board, but I messed up after they messed up. It's just kind of how Magic goes sometimes. Sometimes you play soccer instead of Magic. Punt the ball back and forth. Get rid of Chart, of course. Rest of this seems fine. It's not bad considering we fumbled. If we hit a Blood Sun early, we'd have been okay. Opponent hovered over Niv when you cast it. I mean, like, even if you know what Niv does, it's probably been a while, right? And you want to double check. I see it needs to draw a bunch of lands, but if it does, it's pretty reasonable. Flame Sweep's exceptionally good in this matchup. I'm gonna Lava Coil this and just stem the bleeding. This makes the potential light up the stage worse if they're banking on that to draw lands. You should take Grazer out in the Auroch Mirror. Grazer should come out in every matchup where it isn't meaningfully blocking. It gets boarded out a lot. If you want some loose sideboarding notes on the Auroch Field deck, I'd encourage you to check out my full primer that went up on Cool Stuff Inc. last week. Yep.
Pyromancer extraordinaire. Mostly. Oh, they're so cute.
Field of the Dead rotates next fall. You're gonna be experiencing that card for a long time. Which I hope something happens to change, because like as long as that card exists with a lot of good ramp, mid-range is basically unplayable. Yeah, and Blood Sun's rotating out.
Study? Focus? I just want to burn stuff already.
I actually think the Scapeshift variations of Field are much worse than the non-Scapeshift versions. Once people are no longer able to play the worst version, I think,
Go get 'em, buddies.
Elvish Rejuvenator's rotating, but we might get other things to fill in that spot in the fall. They did fix the combat step issue, which is sweet. I'm bottoming this other removal spell because I'm basically just looking for like Chemister's Insights and more Niv-Mizzets at this point. Yeah, we're also losing Field of Rune. This is a big deal. Yeah, 3 mana Teferi rotates at the same time as Field of the Dead. So I assume we're going to see them flashback, light up the stage here. Hopefully they play out some other creatures that Flame Sweep clears. Or do you think the non-Scapeshift versions haven't gotten more traction in tournaments? What tournaments? That's my question to your question. Which tournaments? There haven't been a bunch of standard tournaments. Gnome, thanks for the 14-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are.
Don't worry, I brought company.
Fry makes poor Niv sad. Now, copies of Fry could be a reason to, play some more dive downs. It's my deck of choice in Modern right now. Jeskai Tempo. We've played a good bit of that. Modern's the same crap show it's always been, though. Aether Gust does work on Fry. Buys you a turn at least. Let's check out some of our options here. Shock's a great draw. Let's just kill this.
I'm telling me, consider this bridge burned.
The best thing about Modern is you can play any bad deck you want because everything compared to Hogak sucks. Yep. Ain't that the truth? I don't know. For me personally at least, Modern Horizons was a pretty big failure because it took a bunch of the fringe decks I'd liked playing and pushed them out of the format.
Tell me if you've seen this one before.
Man, it's a shame I don't have one more land, because if I had one more land, I could gust this back to the top of my deck. Yeah, a bunch of people main decked Leyline of the Void at the last Pro Tour, and Hogak still had one of the best rates. No, if I meant Saheeli, I would have said Saheeli. I meant Jeskai Tempo. Just like with Standard, you can find my current preferred Jeskai Tempo list on my website. It gets under the high potential section for Modern. There's a lot of Modern decks up there. I'm gonna hold up Flame Sweep / Aether Gust this turn, I think, rather than flashing this back right away.
Company.
Thanks, Isaiah. I appreciate it. Sweet. Have I played with Hogak yet? Yeah, we've played it a couple of times. Hogak generates some of the worst kind of magic, in my opinion. The games that devolve into, did I draw my sideboard card, and then did they draw their anti-sideboard card, just suck. They're some of the worst games Magic has to offer. I don't know if the Mono deck's out grinding us so much as it like we just don't have anything going on. Yeah, we did the new one too. A couple of times. Once, no, we've only done the most recent one once, actually.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
It's not particularly interesting, in my opinion. And it doesn't even have to do with the power level, because, like, at least when Eldrazi Winter happened, like, the games weren't as bad as Hogak, right? During Eldrazi Winter, you weren't just, like, mulliganing for sideboard cards. I think we're dying, chat. I think this Chandra is just so good.
Hey, these little guys are great.
This is very powerful against control. Yeah, Eldrazi Winter was about big boards in combat, at least. We've drawn a lot of lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15 lands in however many cards. I think I'm gonna Aether Gust this. Yeah, I agree. The design, I really like the design of a lot of the Planeswalkers they've done recently. Like 3 mana Tefreeze. I put a bunch of spells on the bottom, not lands. Three mana Teferi's and Narsets aside, I think they've really knocked a lot of the Planeswalker design in recent years out of the park. And like again, Antitux, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. In my opinion, if they're not failing occasionally, they're probably not innovating enough. I just wish when we had what I think many consider to be a design failure, like Teferi and Narset, they would just say, yeah, we push the limit too much. This does stuff and creates games that aren't interesting or fun. We're gonna dial it back and take this out. I love that timer. I subs to say thank you for that. God bless. If you want your own Teferi timer, bit.ly/tuck Teferi takes you to the main page where you can track that live at home. They might just be holding lands, Jin. Alright, so we had a little bit of a rough flood at the end there. And then, we had a little bit of a poor time against Grixis. I like the core of what this deck is doing, though. Let's talk about things I would change and why I would change them. To start, 4 Sabotage is much better than 4 Ionize, in large part because Sabotage has a borderless version and Ionize does not. But past the beautiful details, you can cast a Sabotage off of just a Lotus Field. You cannot cast Ionize off of just a Lotus Field. Past that, the 2 damage is much worse than 1 Surveil in a deck that's trying to like hit land drops and stuff like that consistently. I feel like rather than this Banefire, I'd rather have like another Fry in the sideboard. I also think... I feel like I don't quite have enough threat density in this deck. I feel like I want a little bit more threat density. Something I might try too is I might just try a couple of Sarkhans in here. This card is kinda okay. It's technically threat density. It eventually kills people, and this is another way to enable turn 4 Niv-Mizzet. So like you have the Blood Sun and the Lotus Field turn 4 Niv-Mizzet, and you have this into this turn 4 Niv-Mizzet. Now, I don't think you want a Phoenix. I think if you start putting Phoenixes in your deck, you're just like a bad version of something else. I could see Kefnet being okay. Kefnet or Saheeli could be other cards. 6 mana Chandra. So those are things I would think about if I was testing, just trying out a variety of different things for threat density. Depending on how many Fries you expect to play against, some of these dive downs could be swapped to something, could be added. If you expect to play against a lot of Narsets, playing more Lightning Strikes is probably better than Lava Coil. So, as with most interactive mid-range decks and control decks in the format, there's a lot of little knobs this deck can turn to make it better and worse in different directions, depending on what you want to beat. Yeah, I feel like with Niv-Mizzet being a key card, I'd rather have Chemister's Insight than Drawn from Dreams. That's going to be it for me for today, folks. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. I'll be live again tomorrow morning, live with a 10-minute delay, playing my matches with Yarok Field in the MCQ. How long that goes, depending on how well I do. If I O2, it's going to be a quick day. Hopefully, if we 10-1, it's going to be a longer day. Remember, if you want more content for myself, you can check out my website and my YouTube channel for lots of great stuff in both of those places. I'll be back with some Modern into some more viewer deck lists on Monday if you prefer the normal slate of content here as opposed to the delay that I'm going to have tomorrow. I'm going to find someone streaming some Constructed here. Looks like Mr. Manfield is playing, so I'm going to go ahead and send you over his way. Everybody have a good one.